But the single that I'll be pushing first, not that it's my favorite song, the single I'll be pushing first is the one with Lady Do, track 13 on the album. It's called Zalipiano. Zalipiano, Zalipiano, Zalipiano. I'm pushing it first because, of course, it's with Lady Do. So it's a huge honor and a blessing to have worked with her in my life. I was dying to work with her. I had the honor of bumping into her in Daweni, you know. She gave me her number, so I called her so many times, like, please, please, I really, please need to go in studio with you for my album. One day she called me. It was my birthday. I didn't tell her it's my birthday because I didn't want her to be like, no, don't come. And then it was my birthday on the 3rd of February this year. She said, yeah, come to studio. I didn't say anything about it being my birthday. I just showed up to studio and we recorded Zalipiano. And yeah, here we are today. And that is the first song I'm going to be pushing on the album.
Hey, what up, yo? You already know what time it is, baby. Conversation with the stars hosted by yours truly, Uncle Black. So, like, you know, anytime I come through, I bring to you a different way, a different talent, a whole new level, baby. So, like, yeah, without wasting any time, today we got, like, Khanya Greens in the building. I'll be interviewing her, talking about her whole career, how she's been on the biggest stages, like Isidingo, Generations, Uzalo. She's been everywhere. So, like, yeah. Tune in and get to know more about her. It's dropping tomorrow, so like, yeah. You better be tuned in, my brother. You better be tuned in. Such an amazing queen. Such an amazing queen, I tell you. Hi, my sister, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. You look beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah. Thanks so much.
You had a good day?
Yeah, I did. It was quite relaxed. I've been at the salon all day, actually, getting my hair braided.
I see, it's still fresh. Yeah.
You know, how was your day?
I was dope. How many times do you change your hairstyles? Like in a month?
Once.
You lie.
I've got a sponsorship. I'm sponsored by A-List Lifestyle. It's a hair salon in Rosebank, and they now about to open another hair salon in Umhlanga Rocks in Durban. So they've been changing my hairstyle every month. It's been such a vibe.
Wow, so like they really good. So if it takes the whole month still looking so clean, then yo, ladies,
Really?
go get that work. So like yeah, I don't want to waste any time. Like I want to get straight into it.
Okay.
So like yeah, I want to know how you grew up. Like as a little girl coming back from school, what would you do?
That is hilarious. Okay, I never expected that question. Well, coming back from school, I used to catch a ride with my best friend, Leliwe, in primary school. So as soon as her mom would be about to drop me off, we'd start begging. Like either she would beg to stay at my house, or I would start begging to go to her house so that we could play.
So back then you didn't think about like playing netball or like joining any sport?
Well, actually, I did. I used to play netball till like grade 7. And then I went to a high school that didn't have netball. So in high school, I played touch rugby and hockey.
Oh, well, I never would have thought like, yo.
I know. And it was quite lit because I actually was on the team that traveled to Australia. We traveled to New Zealand and Malaysia playing touch rugby. And hockey, I went to Stellenbosch. There's a hockey festival of high schools that we went to like year after year. So I was actually not so bad.
You were really good. If you went that far, like, damn, you must have medals.
Yes, I do.
Only if I knew you would be showing them right now. Like, but
But
yeah.
don't ask me to run now. Like, no, that was
No,
then.
no, 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 no,
Now.
no. So like I understand that. So like going further, you make it to high school, playing still playing, right?
In high school, yeah, I was playing touch rugby and hockey.
Okay, then varsity you quit sport.
100% varsity. 100%. Yeah, I wasn't gonna run. And I mean, my no. My degree was very, very active, actually. I had two movement subjects. I studied theatre and performance at the University of Cape Town. So I had
Yeah.
two movement subjects. One was contemporary dance, and the other one was physical theatre. So, like, and in physical theatre, it was lit. Like, we were climbing on top of each other, making
Oof.
plays with each other's bodies. So, I was fit.
Wait, wait. How does that like? I want to understand that. Making plays with each other's body. What do you mean? Like kind of like
Physical
this.
theater, yeah.
Okay. So like
A lot
instead
like,
of
have you seen, sorry, I keep interrupting you, sorry.
it's
Have you
okay.
seen like children's plays when like these theater groups will travel and go to children's schools and they make like a little skit, whether they're teaching children about drugs or saying no to strangers or whatever, but they make a whole play just out of their bodies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what I like about that is that like there's no room for mistake. Like yo, we're doing it now. Like there's no cut
That's
cut.
why I don't do theater anymore. I don't do that thing.
Yeah, you see, what that did to you now. We should be doing theater.
No. But actually, recently I've been performing a lot, but not like acting, but my music. So that has also been quite intense.
Wait, I don't want to jump into the music yet because I'll end up ruining the whole setup. So like,
Okay, let's go step by step. Yeah.
yeah, okay. So like, the first time you were acting on a real big platform, it was on Uzalo. I don't understand. How did you get such a big platform? It just
Oh
starts.
my
I'm like, nobody
gosh,
knows you.
that is such a good question. Like, I feel like that was really God's grace. And I'm telling you, it was unbelievable for me because I was fresh out of varsity. And
Yeah.
I went for this Lion King audition, and
Oh,
Babdu Mandlovu saw me there, and he said to me, your voice is not for Lion King, but I'm auditioning for a television show. Come next week at the Baseline Theatre here in Johannesburg in Newtown. So I was like, okay, fine. I went. The lines were freaking long. It was an open audition. During those days, I hadn't even had an agent yet. So I waited
yeah.
in that line for hours and I got there and they asked me to sing. I sang Erica Badu. What's the name of that song? Oh my, I'm
Yeah.
feeling high. I don't know, why did I forget the name of that? On and On. Erica
Oh,
Badu,
yes.
On and On. Hello. And then, yeah, I sang that. And I did an audition scene. I was auditioning with a guy. And I got a call back. After the call back, they called us in for a week of workshops. After workshops, they flew us to Durban. The night I got to Durban, I'm telling you, okay, no, the day we did the script reading with all the actors, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe the set because they had built this amazing set, all of our houses, our bedrooms, our shisanyama, all of this in this workshop over there. And I got to meet Mamleleti Kumalo. She was so sweet. So when I got back to my hotel room that night, I cried like a baby. Like I wept. I wept.
What?
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't. I was like,
So
what?
that, yeah. in a blink of an eye, like just a moment ago you were a student, now you're rolling with, yo, look at
Dude,
God. Look at,
look at God. Look at God.
there's so much God in your life. Like, I'm still going to talk
Amen.
about the God in your life. I'm still going to talk about the God in your life.
Amen.
So, like, when
Amen.
you're telling me, like, Isiba is in kind of like a studio, it's just a set, it's not real building.
It's not. Like even those stairs that go upstairs, there's like 10 stairs and then it just stops and there's just a wall behind there. So your baby girl goes up the stairs, good night, Timmy, and then just stands there and waits until, and cut. Then you come back down the stairs because there's nothing up there. The church was
Wow.
the most glorious and beautiful thing. I had a salon in there as well, in that workshop. It was so amazing.
Wow. I'm sure, like, it doesn't look like, I mean, like, I see some, like, skin some, yeah, it's believable. You can see that, yeah, it's a build up set, but you see why it's different. Come on, man, like, yo, they're doing a good work. Like, shout out to them. But why did you
Amen.
leave after only 6 months? Was it 6 months or 7?
Yeah, my character was written off, they had to focus on the main characters and the storyline. My storyline didn't make sense. So my character was written off in that way.
Oh, yeah. But if you had an opportunity, would you still go back?
Um, oh, I think so, 100%. Why not? The only reason I'm thinking so hard is because I'm so lazy now. I'm not used to having a real job like that. Um,
Oh, hard to
so
independent.
also like then I'd also have to keep on flying back to Joburg to do other
Yeah.
stuff. So that's the only reason I'm thinking about it for so long. But other than that, it was an amazing time for me, and also just to be in Durban, my Zulu improves so much.
Did you not know it before?
No, I thought I knew it because when we were auditioning, they asked us, right? They were like, how rate your Zulu out of 10? I said 7 because I'd lived in Joburg all my life. So I thought, obviously, Zulu Ngingasazi. Get to Durban, I realized my Zulu is a 3 or a 2.
Yo,
But you
you
know
just
what?
touching upon the surface.
Dude, that's where I also realized God's grace so much because it was like the actors, my fellow cast, were so supportive. They helped me to the T. They taught me this Durban Zulu, my accent. They helped me, sat down with me with scripts. Even Mamleleti Kumalo was amazing. Before we shot our scenes, she'd sit me down and we'd rehearse a lot of times. So it was really, really amazing.
Wow, like one thing about Mamle
Hey,
is
hi
like,
Babalwa. Oh my gosh. Hi to everyone that's been greeting me. It's so, how do you multitask, like greet, like respond to people's comments and like focus on the interview? Thank you to everyone who's been saying I'm beautiful, and hello to everyone. Mwah! Thanks for having me.
shout out, it just becomes natural. So like one thing about Mamle Lady, every time someone talks about Mamle Lady, this general thing she did, like I really love that about her, and I wish people can take that from her. Yeah, outrageous.
Dude, dude. Like I also want to be that kind of person, that makes people feel special and stuff, because it's so easy to let the fame or the attention get to your head, and just always be like pompous. But actually, I've realized with the older actors and the legends in the game, because I recently acted on a show, an upcoming show that's coming on Moja Love called Ikaya Labadala. And it's got the
Yeah.
former Mzinwe Zinsizwa actors and also has
What?
Mamnipian Dube. Yes. So it was amazing for me. I was playing Mam Nandi Nyembe's daughter. So it's just legends, and I realized with those legends that they are way more humble than we are. They are
Yes, yes,
humble.
yes,
They're so
yes.
down to earth. We get on set and we're like, in your gown. and they make the effort to come to me and be like, "Hi, what's your name? How long have you been acting?" It's like, wow, I need to really try and be a better person in life.
Shout out, like I really respect that because, like, you see, I take that for you being here, like on this live right now, because you would have probably entertained something with like a big bag, be like, yeah. So like I appreciate it. Like it really means a lot because like I want to tell you how long it goes. Like I have people here telling me that you're doing great because they see the kind of names that I'm being with. People like you, so like you being here inspire not just me, inspire people that you don't even know about.
Oh, yay. Thanks. Thanks so much. And I'm wishing you all the best with your show. May you grow to beyond your wildest imagination. Hopefully you'll be interviewing me again in a few years, and we would have both grown so much by then.
Yeah. Thank you. Like manifestation. So like, yeah. And then how did it come about for you to be this annoying journalist on Isidingo?
That's been my favorite television role that I've ever had. Oh my gosh! Hello to everyone that has joined. Oh my gosh! I'm so loving everybody's comments. Hello, Teddy. Okay, so that was my favorite TV role ever. My longest television role, that's journalist that I played. My agent sent me about 3 scripts saying Isidingo is looking for a couple of journalists. They were looking for a group of us actually. And I went in, I did an audition, and they called me like the next week. My agent forgot to tell me, and at about 6:00 in the morning, my agent was calling me like, hey. Eventually, when I answered like 6:30, he's like, you were supposed to be at Isidingo at 6:00 this morning.
Damn.
So from there, it took a friend of mine, Soso Khunu. She was playing. She had I think like a lead role actually on Isidingo at the time. What was the name of her character? Murungwa. Yes. So
okay.
she's my friend. So she actually went to the producer of Isidingo and explained that Khanya's agent forgot to tell her, please give her another chance. And about 3 months later, they gave me another chance, and they never looked back, because I really enjoyed that role. I enjoyed the fact that every time I came on set, I was just causing nonsense. I was disrespecting everybody. I had no respect for anybody. I had no care. I really like playing evil characters. I like playing villains. I don't like playing sweet girls. Ay, suka. Don't bore me. I want to play someone that's like,
yeah. It means you're sweet in real life, like, so that's why you want to open.
Hi, Epic Soul. Hi, Ntokzin, the DJ. Oh my gosh. Hi, Amanda. Oh, so many people have joined. Wow, I'm so grateful, guys. Thank you.
Shout out everybody. It's really beautiful. Like, yeah, I appreciate it. So, was it your agent that got you to be a doctor on Generation as well?
My agent also sent me the scripts for that one. With Generations, they have like maybe annual or twice a year, they have just general auditions where they audition about like maybe hundreds or 100 females. And then throughout the year, they'll pick you for these small little roles that they need. So it was a Sunday, I think. Yeah. They needed a doctor for the next day on a Monday. So my agent sent me the scripts, and yeah, I did it.
And they was like, you the girl.
Yeah, so, like, it was actually quite a nerve-wracking one.
it means you're really great because like you don't need a lot of opportunities. Like if you realize it from the first opportunity, they want you back, and it's not the first time.
Yeah, God's grace. Hey, I really love what I do. And I also feel the pressure to really prove myself um, because of lots of reasons, you know. I need to make my parents proud because it was difficult for them to agree for me to study drama in the first place. So I need to show them that this is really what I'm good at. You know, this is my talent, this is my gift.
The whole passion. Yeah,
Yeah.
I want to take something from my parents. Like, if you're a parent watching here, like this sister's parents actually supported her in the decision of like becoming and studying media, which is not so cool with other parents. Please allow your children to do these things, like support them and understand them. So like we see where she is today, we can do the same for your kids. So like shout out
Yeah.
and teach your neighbors as well.
Yeah. Easier said than done, though. But yeah.
Let not.
Yeah. Because I can imagine my child saying to me, Mom, I want to study drama. I'll be like, what? I'll be like,
Come on.
no, girl. Like, find something else. I didn't
Why?
give birth to you to come and suffer here in this world. Because it's not an easy career. It's very, very difficult.
Suffer
Yes, suffer.
doing what she loves.
Yes, it's very difficult. It's not easy because I think because I always wanted to be famous, you know. I always wanted to be an actress. I always wanted to be a boom shaka, you know. When I looked at boom shaka, I was like, wait for Khanya, wait, you know. And when I watched
Yeah,
Achi Moroka, Queen Moroka, Karabo Moroka, and Generations, I knew for a fact that's what I wanted. But
and you
now
want
that I'm doing it, it's much less glamorous. You know, it's not glamorous at all, actually. It's actually like not glamorous at all. And the
it.
paycheck isn't that great, especially when you are still starting out.
Okay. I don't wanna argue any further. I'm gonna respect your opinion and give it that way. So like before I leave this acting scenery, I get into the music. You mentioned that you're working on a show like on Moja Love. When is it coming?
You know what? Don't ask me that question because it was
So
being
it's
advertised. I watched it so many times, the advert Yakona, and it kept saying coming soon, coming soon. I don't know when soon is. I mean, we shot the thing more than 4 months ago.
oh
So I don't even know why it's not even out yet at this point. I'm just like, I Sobonakona.
it makes me like think of something. When is the other channel like Moja Love Plus coming? When is it coming?
Okay, you are teaching me something new. I didn't even know there's a new channel coming.
Okay. I thought maybe they wanted to place it in there and have some good content and in there as well. So like, yeah,
Yeah.
maybe not say things I don't have facts about. So like, yeah. So like, your father was a fighter, writing a letter to like apartheid. Yo, like that was very brave. Did that ever like put your family in danger?
Hey, you fetching it far, hey? Yes, my dad wrote a letter when he was still in grade 9 or something, still a young student. He wrote a letter. He was part of the, 1976 uprising, the youth movement.
Yeah,
And he wrote a letter to the apartheid government saying that, sorry, we can't
imagine
be
that.
learning in Afrikaans.
Yo,
Um, it hasn't actually caused our family any danger. We're very grateful, that my dad is still alive. He made it through all of that, all of
yeah.
the police brutality and all of the arrests and being in exile and But now, obviously, it doesn't affect us. It's not dangerous for us at all. You know, it's just an honor to be the daughter of a struggle stalwart.
Yeah, yo, I would brag every day.
You know what I mean? I do,
Guys,
trust me.
shout out to your father. Like, thank you. I want to say thank you. Because, like, we're free now. Um, what do you love the most about singing?
That is such a weird question. Some questions are just so weird. You know what?
Yeah.
I think the best way to answer this question is to quote Kelly Kumalo. On her reality show, she said, "When I sing, all the pain goes away." And I can relate to that. Like when I'm singing, it just feels really good. It feels so right.
You feel free.
Yeah, I feel free.
You know, man, like, I used to try to make music myself back in the day. So, like, it just never worked out. I think I had some good songs, but it just never worked out. How do you know that, okay, these songs that I'm making, these are great songs and I'm on the right track? How do you have that confirmation?
Okay, before I answer your question, shout out, hello Ntate Ngala. Thank you so much. I'll send the message to my dad. Honestly, whew, that is such a good question because it depends what you want out of your music as an artist, you know.
Ooh, yeah.
My first album, I think for me, I had been writing these songs for like 5 years, and all I wanted was to record this music, you know, that has been in my head for so long and have it out there and be able to play it back. And that was just healing for me. And then now it's become about a lot about collaborations for me with this new album, you know. And you know, these producers that I've been working with and I've featured are just so amazing and special, and they're so young and talented. So that feeling after a hard studio session is amazing. It's amazing for them because finally their beats come to life, and it's amazing for me because I have now this hot Amapiano song, something I never imagined. You know, I always thought I'd be in Afro soul and jazz. And then now I'm doing this commercial genre. It's very fulfilling. And how do you know that you're on the right track? I think it's because most of these producers are DJs as well. So the same night already, we're already in the streets playing the music at Groove, and people's reaction when the bass drops, people are just like, oh,
What?
Wow, shot! It goes on.
You had to put that on.
When you hear those sounds,
Man, like, shout out to
good
Kiara.
song.
Shout out to Kiara. It's
Yeah,
a different
big
kind. Like you can see someone dancing with the headset on, and like you can tell that that one is dancing to a Mapiano. Like, it's just
Hallelujah.
so like switching from you were doing like very 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 sentimental music, like now you had to do a Mapiano where I think it's more like you're experimenting and you're having fun. How difficult was it for you to just say like, okay, I'm putting my emotions aside a bit, I'm gonna do music? How difficult was that?
It was very easy, actually, because I mean, coming from such a strict genre, working with a strict producer like Sfiso Mahlangu, but we call him Wash. Coming to piano where you come in studio and you just say, ha, hey, this is it, Dali piano, Awa. It was very easy to dip out. and come to the piano side of life. And I mean, my husband and I party a lot, especially he's from Katlehong. So we've been partying a lot in Katlehong and Vosloorus. So I became a certified groovist. So it was very inevitable that I went into my piano, you know, as a genre.
Yeah, it makes a whole lot of sense. Like you're working on an album, Piano Journey, right? Which is dropping tomorrow, actually.
Woohoo! It's dropping on
Yo,
Friday.
just a day. Yo, go get that Piano Journey pre-order. Like, yo,
Guys,
just
please do
just
that.
stay away. Yeah, so like
Yeah, the
follow him.
pre-order is already out. And then on Friday, tomorrow at midnight, I'm obviously gonna like be up waiting for that moment where my second album is now out on all digital platforms. It's an amazing feeling. My first album, I had no features. It was just me, absolutely
Yeah.
no features. And on this album, every single song, I've featured a producer, I've featured vocalists. So it's something completely unexpected. It also shocked me. I'm really enjoying it and completely loving it. Please do go out there. The amazing producers that are on my album is insane. MFR Souls is featured on my album. Ntokzin is featured on my album. A young producer called Soul Revolver, who produced the song at the age of 16. It's track 13 on my album. It's a collaboration with myself and Lady Do. So it's out of this world for me, you know. It's really made me enjoy life so much more. As tough life as life is, you know, it's really made me feel like life is so worth it.
Yeah. How did you choose like who to work with?
Oh, no. Honestly, if I had to sit and tell you the story, I don't think I chose, you know. For example, MFR Souls, like I said to you, my husband is from Katlehong, so he knows Force, who's one half of MFR Souls. So we bump into him a lot at Groove. And yeah, my husband told him, my wife sings, you know. Eventually I got into studio with them, and you know, it wasn't a matter of choosing. It's just these producers who have now become my friends. We're constantly making music. So it was just a matter of, hey, give me the song for my album. I need songs for my album. Give me songs, guys.
That's great, man. I was talking to one of my friends like earlier on, talking about like how cool it is to do things like as the cycle you grew up together rather than working with people you don't know. That's good, but don't just rely on strangers because you never know. The game is very tricky. If it's people you know, like it's very beautiful. So like,
shout out. It really is beautiful.
Yeah, shout out. So like, what kind of song are you working on with Makwa?
Makwa, the first song on my album is featuring Makwa, an amazing producer. You know, Makwa is so talented when it comes to a sample. Nobody can sample a sample like Makwa. The song is, do you know this? You know, there's Mapiano and then there's that 45. That Mapiano that's very slow.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So that's the kind of beat there. The song is called Iskupu Sangempela. It's track 1. I made it track 1 because the tempo is quite slow and it's a wonderful introduction to the album.
Alright, so like you add like some touch of Mzonkongo, like
Mzonkongo level, Mzonkongo way.
I can't wait. So like, you released the album, yo, people go get that. So like, is Ntokzin on the album? Cause like you made like a crazy song. Uzalo Bam. Yo.
Nah, that song is definitely one of my absolute favorites that I'm so grateful for because it's a song where I'm on the same song as Sir Troll, you ghost young Troll. Hey, you know, and just having been in studio with Sir Troll, it's enough to change any artist's life. You know, he's so incredibly talented. You'll never come out of studio with an artist like Sir Troll and an artist like Lady Do the same. You come out different. That gangster vibe rubs off on you. So yes, Ntokzin is featured on my album. 2 songs on my album with Ntokzin. The first one is a love song, an English song, which I released as a single last year called Your Love. And then the second one is more of a party song. It's called Mnikazi Wendawo.
Niggas.
Mnikazi Wendawo, please don't close now. It's a song about, you know, when we're still partying and now Mnikazi, hey, sisa so busy.
Curfew.
Curfew, tshwala busasekhona. No. Miss us, please. Miss us several times.
You're kidding me. So like what's your favorite song from the album?
No. That should not be a question.
Give me that, it's my baby's
The Bible
chocolate.
says do not have favorites.
Come on now.
My favorite song from the album, I literally can't even answer that because waze wangifaka ekhoneni.
It's okay.
I don't have a favorite song. Like literally, I can't even answer that question because the songs are different. My album starts off, like I said, with that slow Makwa song, and then it goes on with 4 English songs, you know, love song vibes, and there's a collaboration track 2 with Moscow on keys. He's a virtuoso, a skilled pianist, that like insane pianist. That song is called Music. Moscow on keys sent me that beat. I wrote that song 6 times with 6 different lyrics until I came up with Music. So Music is it's very me, still on that soulful vibe, but with a mapiano-like beat, you know. But the single that I'll be pushing first, not that it's my favorite song, the single I'll be pushing first is the one with Lady Do, track 13 on the album. It's called Zalipiano. I'm pushing it first because, of course, it's with Lady Do. So it's a huge honor and a blessing to have worked with her in my life. I was dying to work with her. I had the honor of bumping into her in Daweni, you know. She gave me her number, so I called her so many times, like, please, I really need to go in studio with you for my album. One day she called me. It was my birthday. I didn't tell her it's my birthday because I didn't want her to be like, no, don't come. And then it was my birthday on the 3rd of February this year. She said, yeah, come to studio. I didn't say anything about it being my birthday. I just showed up to studio and we recorded Zalipiano. And yeah, here we are today. And that is the first song I'm going to be pushing on the album.
Wait, so there was no hints on the social media?
There was no what?
No hint about your birthday? People posting statuses and stuff?
Yes, but I mean, she wasn't on social media that day. She was in studio that day. I found her in studio already having recorded maybe 2 other songs.
Yo. It was para. Lady Do.
I know she's something else. Like she's magical. She's a musical genius. She knows exactly how a song needs to go. Like yo, she'll just be like, yeah, slobo, yazi ngathi ungathini. Yeah, like say this, like you can say it like this and like that, and it just comes out fire, 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 boom, 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 choo, choo, choo,
Yo,
pele,
yo.
pele, wow, wow.
Shout out Lady Do. So like I
Thank
want to
you.
let you go. Like, but I got like two more questions. Like, are there any visuals coming like anytime soon? Music.
I absolutely hope so. You know, like I've been honestly, I need to catch Lady Do. You know, she's very busy right now,
Yeah. Yeah.
and especially doing international representing South Africa all over the world.
Yeah.
So any second that I catch her, we are definitely gonna record visuals. It's like you can read my mind because I was actually writing down my concept for the video today. I wanted to be something really hot and spicy, really black female lead, just like the song, you know.
Oh, and then like if you shoot it in Joburg, like invite us. We be the extras. Like, yo.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, because I want to have like a very party vibe. Oh my gosh. Hello, cousin Itu. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Hi, Siami-san. Shout out. Thank you guys so much for tuning in.
Love,
Yeah,
man,
no,
you know.
we'll invite you for those visuals because I want to do a party vibe, you know, so it must look like there's people there.
Yeah, I just a text away. Like, yo. So like shout out to Bob Ngana, like pushing the song like in the other continent. Like shout out, like it's a really good
Dope,
gesture.
dope, hey.
So the last question is a crazy question, which is about what's the craziest thing you've ever experienced, either on a gig or on set?
Listen. That is a good question, man. Listen. You asking me such a great question. It's like you were with me this weekend. Okay, this weekend I had two performances. One on Saturday, one on Sunday. Saturday, I was performing at this car wash place. It was so packed, Makwa's birthday celebration.
Yeah.
It was insane. When Makwa was performing on stage, guys, the amount of drunk girls that climbed on stage, twerking on him. Another one pulled him like behind, like in for a kiss. Girls were rubbing him. I was like,
What?
is this what happens?
Yeah.
Then,
Makwa.
fine. That was crazy. Then they popped champagne into his eyes while he was performing. He ended up performing like with one eye open. Champagne all in the eyes. It was hectic. Sunday was even deeper.
What?
Fine, it was Makwa's birthday celebration, but this time we were at a place called Gucci Cafe in Boksburg, close to Dawn Park. So when Questa was performing, a fight broke out, right?
Ooh.
Next thing, people were being pepper sprayed. I'm telling you, it was my first time choking on pepper spray. Pepper spray chokes, and we were outside, but still it choked me. I was like,
Yeah.
so like Questa also was like, okay, someone has sprayed pepper spray. While like he even said to people, okay, guys. Then he had to just go. He fast forwarded to the last song and he performed Spirit, walked off stage. If that wasn't enough, there were gunshots that same night.
What?
Your girl, Khanya Greens from the suburbs, didn't even know it was a gun. I heard twa, 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 but I didn't know it was a gun because I don't know what a gun sounds like. It just sounded like, I don't know, man, like 100 shooter. Twa, 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 twa. Next thing I see people dropping down. I'm like, should I be ducking? Yeah.
What did you do?
I just sat because it was too late for me to duck. The gunshots were already over. About 6 of them had already gone. I'd missed my
What?
opportunity to duck. I didn't realize those were gunshots. So, yeah. But God's grace, we're still alive. It turns out it was actually the owner of the club shooting the gunshots because people were out of hand and stuff.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you was
So,
shooting like this guy.
exactly.
Wow. Hey.
Yeah, so that was my crazy weekend. So this weekend, I'm still gonna experience crazy things. Every weekend there's something.
You enjoy that.
Thank you.
Let me let you out. Like, thank you for coming through. I really appreciate your
Thank
time.
you so much for having me. This was like a very nice interview. You're so good at this. I was so comfortable. It actually feels like we've known each other for such a long time, you know. And like
I
I
agree.
said, wishing you the best with your show. I hope it grows into a big show and you get to interview everyone, and everyone is just dying to be interviewed by you, you know. And also just to remind people again, please don't forget, my album is coming out on the 24th. Please, it's called Piano Journey. Come on this journey with me, enjoy it, play the songs when you're in the car, when you're getting ready for work, whenever. I hope you absolutely love the album as much as I do.
I believe like they're gonna love it because like the excitement in you just says a lot. Like, and thank you for the
Dango is thank you.
thank you for the compliment, and God bless you, and I wish you
God
like all
bless
the
you too. Thank you. Good night, everybody. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Thank you.
uh, we are. Oh man. Shout out to y'all for tuning in. It's been a great interview. So like we're about to call it a night. I might see y'all on Saturday. Like